there's like a bunch of people talking. So, Jessica, can you start with the intentions and instructions?
Sure. I'm still in my pajamas, so I'm gonna be off camera today. My intentions are just to, I guess, kind of do a check-in and see where we are at. And I would love to, Tamara, if we could actually look at the GitHub board, because I've been so like focused. I'm kind of trying to focus on one thing a week rather than take on much, but then I'm also feel like maybe are we losing sight of the kind of big picture. So the intention is to maybe get some clarity around where we're at on our roadmap, and then distractions, I'm pretty focused. And I will pass to Zeptimus. And also, hi, Alex.
Thanks, Jess. My intention for the call is keep seeing what's going on and still being synchronized and doing the record and no distractions. And I'll pass it to Tam.
Hey, you never have to ask me twice to look at the Zenhub board. So with pleasure, we could look at that today too. My intentions are to just hear where we are, if there's any blockers, and support in any way I can. I do not have any distractions at all today. So I will pass to Alex.
Hey, what's up? Sorry, just having some microphone issues. Yeah, I'm passing up.
I'll steal it. My intentions are the same as Tamara. Here to just destroy blockers and support in any way that I can. And no distractions. I'll pass it. I don't know who to pass it to though. Who wants? Can someone take it from me?
I can take it. My intentions for this meeting is to update the tasks on the agenda, to check on everyone's also, to also know what are your plans for holidays. That's my intention for this call. And then my distractions, that I have a full live concert on my office. So that's a bit of a background noise at the moment. I will pass it on Libby. Libby? Oh, well, I will pass it on Drugadas. Doesn't matter.
Hi, I'm just here because I thought it would make sense, because we're in the Gravity group and we're talking about stuff, and some of that has implications for onboarding. So I just wanted to contribute in whatever way I can. Thanks. I pass it to, hopefully Livy's ready. Oh, she's gone now. I don't know who went before me, but let's see if Livy is back.
I think Santi hasn't gone yet.
Yes, Santi.
I'll take it while Livia can work through her problems, connection problems. My intentions are to just share with you guys the proposal that finally was updated from my side, from the two groups that I was taking, see what the rest of the tasks are going and how we're progressing. And distractions, no distractions so far. I'll pass it to Ellie here.
Hey everyone, I'm just listening in to sort of get up to speed. I missed the first part of what I was supposed to say, so I'll just leave it at that for now, but I'm excited to hear what's going on.
Perfect. Welcome, Alex K. I don't know if you want to join in and explain your intentions and instructions for this call. I will take that as a no. All right.
My distraction is cooking, but I'm listening in.
Perfect.
You're catering breakfast for the meeting? Thank you. Lunch, I guess.
Perfect. So we're going to start. today. We had a quite productive, successful call last week, sorry, where we basically assigned names to different proposals that were on an Excel sheet. And then we also talk about the forum post and the forum section for proposals and the forum welcoming onboarding section. We, based on that call last week, we are gonna basically this week meeting is dedicated for updating that Excel to see how we have accomplished or where we are at targeting and onboarding the people we got assigned to, and also to have a little few ideas that we discussed with Ham regarding possible tasks that could be accomplished for the people who want to join during holidays, who like me doesn't do any holidays. So we have that ongoing. We're gonna start with the most complicated part, I think, which is the proposals updates. So right now, I will share my screen so everyone can see it. You can correct me, Jessica, if this is not the correct Excel. I think it is.
Should be the curate document. I just added a bunch of stuff to the agenda.
Okay.
If you want
Are
to
you
also
watching?
look at the agenda, put in a
Yeah.
bunch of updates.
Perfect. Are you seeing the screen right now?
Yep.
Okay. So we have right now 4 points call ready to go. Basically, the ones assigned to Jessica and Jeff. So I would like to know, for example, this one assigned. We will go one by one. I don't know who want to start on this, but I will start with Tamara, since I knew you comment in the call before today that you have some updates on your proposal. So yeah. Sorry.
I also just dropped the update there in that space, just to say I have a date to walk through it with Wesley, and it's the first time I do it. So I hope I'm successful, and I hope he and I are successful together. But we have a time slot tomorrow to do it.
Perfect. So we have basically so far 5 proposals that are categorized as ready to go. We will go one by one. Santi, how are you on Gov Days?
GovBase is already up on the forum. The proposal is already there. He posted it, I think, 2 days ago, and it was already mentioned on yesterday's Medium post that Jess published on the proposals section. So it's already up and running.
I'm curious to ask you, did you find any problem there, had any questions or anything that needed to be solved or any follow-up that needed to be?
Not really. The guy just was quite direct. He had already written a proposal on Gitcoin, so he had the work almost just done. All he had to do is to adapt it to the template that we have at the forum. He also joined us on the weekly sync meeting on last Thursday, just to touch base and get involved into the project. So it's been quite smooth and no problem at all. He absolutely directly understood what he needed to do and did it.
Welcome, Tonga.
Sorry. I just had 2 questions. If Santi, did you chat to him at all about presenting in the weekly call? And are we having a community call on the 31st and the 7th, or just the 7th?
I didn't tell him yet because I saw that we had someone already for this week, for tomorrow. And since we still have not discussed if we're going to have 2 weeks or 1 week of no meetings, I wanted to discuss that directly with you. But I haven't talked to him yet.
Perfect. And then the second one assigned to you and Craig, Paul, the Whaler DAO.
Yeah, I was talking with Craig about Whaler DAO. He updated me a little bit, and he told me that the guys are a little distracted because they just launched and they were running into some issues. So since we were having other proposals, I thought after talking with him, we agreed that probably it might be better to wait a little bit, especially if we have other proposals. If we don't, we always can catch up on them. But considering their situation and how they are doing, it might be better to wait a little bit more to get in touch with them.
Okay. It's okay for you if I update it on the comments with it saying like we will wait for them?
What was that?
Is that
Sorry,
okay?
I was having I couldn't hear you. Can you repeat the question,
Sorry.
Eduardo?
Yeah, to update on the Excel with the we will wait or something similar on the comment
Yeah,
section.
I would say let's wait after Christmas on January, and after we see how the other proposals are doing, we can decide if I get in touch with them then, or we wait a little bit more if we are fine with the rest of the proposals.
Perfect. Okay, so we have also Livy with TE Academy. I don't know if we can have an update on that, Livy.
Hey guys, can you hear me now? The weirdest thing happened with my Discord. I'm on my phone now. Yeah, so I talked to Angela and Jess was also talking to her and they scheduled a call for Monday. So Angela told me she will talk everything with Jess on Monday. So we'll have an update then.
And the second call, the Spirit Foundation.
Yeah, I'm talking to them right now. I'm talking to Alex right now.
Perfect. That's the two of you. Then we have Jake and Dan are not present, I think. So Ruben also is neither present. Jessica, do you have an update on yours? Is there someone else besides the one that you mentioned with Lily?
Sure.
Any other update?
Sure, just a general update. I'm just updating the sheet now. We have three proposals on the forum. The one from Sean about Django, like kind of open source work, Pictosis and GovBase. Tamra, I'm glad to hear you're talking with Wesley. He also had something to me, but I was told him to chat with you. And then Livia is taking Spirit Foundation. She offered to help me since I have so many. So thank you, Livia. And she'll be following up with them. Dan, I also passed near to Dan. So he's chatting with them. And then I just need to poke Jeff to submit for Luna Swarm. So that can happen anytime. It's just literally, it's pretty much ready. So I'm going to get him to do that. And then, yeah, call with Angela Monday. I had a chat already going with LeapDAO. They had showed up to the meeting last week, Max and Victor. So I'm waiting to hear back from them if they're interested. They were going to do some work to build on conviction voting. So that's a super TE public good. And then, also IGZO, I had already started a conversation with about something else. So I'm asking if they are interested. They're working on a lot of bonding curve research. And then IGZO follow-up. And then Jeff also has a bunch of contacts. So basically I just need to talk to Jeff and pick his brain in his email inbox. And then Dan basically and Livia both said they have capacity to take a few more leads. So yeah, and we can ask Dan. I know he's been having some internet things too. So we could ask Dan like where he's at, or we can just ask him to update this sheet. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Sorry, my internet got cut suddenly. I don't know who was speaking. Sorry to interrupt.
No worries. Well, I just finished, and I can just give the quick update on Garden Swarm. We're hoping to get the test hatch out. And once that's up, I'm going to make a grant for Gardens conviction voting or for One Hive's conviction voting, and I'll basically just modify that for Garden Swarm for our own proposal. So,
All
just
right.
a little by priorities.
Okay, so we have about we probably will, if we onboard the academy and some others, we will probably have about 5 to 6. So can we, for example, I don't know how are you up to time, but Livy, is there any other? I mean, we all are assigned here, and Dan and Jake will have to listen on them. But it would be nice if the people who have free up, for Santi, has free up the ones they already have. If they wanna or feel free to onboard someone else, that would be awesome. So we can keep sort of the ball rolling. That would be the ideal scenario. That for one matter, I think that's. I don't know if you have something else to add on this Excel regarding the proposals. In my case, I think the update has been accomplished. We still need to onboard someone, so I will reach personally Dan and I forgot his name. Dan and Jake, to see if they have how they are on their process, if they need any help, and that will be on that end. Jessica, do you have anything to add regarding this proposal?
Yeah, just two things to wrap this up. So I noticed on the sheet as well, there are some projects that don't have names next to them. So maybe Dan and Olivia and even Jake was asking if we had more to be contacted, but that kind of aligned the people with the vibes of the project. There's like Balancer and there's Nervos and Balancer and some other projects. So maybe you could also mention that those need people to take them on. And then the second thing was, in the news blog this week that I just sent out, and I'll send it on onboarding channel as well, I kind of put a 1, 2, 3 for how to submit a proposal in a little section. So we could use that as a template for when everyone here is like, the relationship managers are contacting the projects. They can use it as a template. It's basically like a quick summary, like the TEC is now onboarding and here's how to submit a proposal, step 1, 2, 3. And then Eduardo, I hope it's okay I put you as contact on there. But yeah, if you want to use it as a template, that might help.
Perfect. Then the next thing that Tamara mentioned on today's call was about having the Zenhub update to check if we were okay for the things that were meant to be for the sprint, for this sprint. So I went through the Zenhub. I don't know if you guys have take a look at it, and the things that shows there, most of them are make sense for me. I don't have anything else to add. The only thing will be probably to close some, like for example, the ones that's assigned to Levy, called the Recreate and Revise Onboarding Documentation Library, because that I think has been, if I'm not wrong, probably finished. We are just putting that on the forum. Is that correct, Levy?
Yeah, there's just I think 3 more working groups to put there, but that will be quick.
Perfect. So we have a bunch of Zenhub issues. I don't know if anyone has taken a look at it. If anyone has any doubt regarding these issues or what is for the next sprint.
Should I share the screen so people can see the board at the same time? I'm not sure that everyone is in it or has access to it.
Yes, please.
And I'm filtering it just by this sprint and by the label onboard working group.
Correct. So, for example, we have that one called Establish Requirements for Becoming a TEC Hatcher. That established requirements, or for example, the DE Academy proposal onboarding, I think that one is already in the talks. So I just want everyone to sort of, once that is done, once for example Livy has done the TIK proposal, to close these ones, mainly because we are like all the time seeing a lot of open issues that are referring the now, the present. we have this contributor tracking TECXLS. So does everyone agree with this stuff, or there's something you think that should be taken out or should be?
I think there's going to be making the list of, well, we already have the start of the stack token holders, but when the test hatch comes out, which it's not going to make it for tomorrow's Thursday call, sadly, but it will hopefully make it this weekend. We were close to being able to get it ready, but there's going to be this really fun like test hatch, and it's a really nice way to start talking to hatchers. So maybe we make sure that we have a script for the hatchers. Oh, gracias. Make sure and start working on that, because I think we have a good onboarding opportunity to be like, hey, you want to try this test hatch? I'm going to airdrop one wrapped XDAI to every CStack token holder and gas. So it should be really easy for them to just go to the website and try it. And it'll be like, then maybe it'll strike up a conversation.
Is that added to the task on the issues?
I think it should be. I mean, the thing is, we don't know. It's hard to say it's in the sprint because it's blocked by the hatch actually being launched, which I thought was going to happen a couple weeks ago. So, but when it happens, it's there's going to be, I think, just a week where we have the test hatch. So it'll be a good hey, come try this, you know.
Can you let us know immediately once it happens? And probably you will do it, but in the TEC group, just so we can know that immediately we can onboard hatchers. Probably, I think I will need Craig's help on this regarding the correct list, so we can see if that makes any sense to onboard anyone. If anyone wants to onboard on that. Besides the comment of Griff, is there any other comment from someone else regarding something that should be added or something that should be removed from this Zenhub?
I guess I have a question on the get consent one. Is this well?
It's happening. Yeah, this is a common. Yeah, this is a common stack one, and it's basically done. There's like 3 people left who have CStack tokens that we haven't gotten a response from, and then there's a bunch of people who don't have CStack tokens, and we're just gonna, if they don't respond, we're just gonna say, hey, yeah, it's fine. So it's basically done. It'll definitely be this week.
Okay. Okay. There's one that I probably don't understand correctly. The token log proposal. That's one the proposal.
That is a proposal that I'll be working on with Wesley from Token Log tomorrow.
Sorry, yeah, I remember by Wesley, not by Token Log. Sorry, my bad. Okay, perfect. So, Tamara, is there something else besides Zenhub is there something else on Zenhub that you want to comment on? No.
Nope. I think this accurately reflects the sprint.
Yeah, I agree on.
Okay.
Okay, so the next topic on the agenda we want to do, it's Tamara mentioned the day, is to yesterday, is to update the manifesto, because our manifesto is not very updated, I think, at least on my view. So I don't know if for example, Jessica and Livy, I wanted to schedule a meeting on Friday to do some work regarding documentation and the forum. If you are up to having also added the little task to check the manifesto, so we have it aligned with comms and so on. Livy and Jessica, are you up?
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Yeah, should we look at the calendar right now? I feel like Friday has a lot of calls for some reason, but let me check. Oh, be any 9 a.m. EST or 11 a.m. EST. What do you feel?
11 a.m. works for me.
Let me just look quick. Yeah, that works for me too. 11 a.m. EST.
Okay, I'm sending an invite.
Perfect. Anyone else want to join our forum creation manifesto process?
Yeah, I would.
All right.
What's
we
your
will send you
email,
the invite.
Durgadas?
Might be early for me though, since I'm on the Pacific Coast. So I
Oh yeah.
need to do a little. I was trying to madly figure out how to translate that number into whatever it is for me. So sorry.
8 a.m. PST.
Okay.
If it's too early, that's okay.
No, that's fine.
Okay. What's your email? Or if you want to
Okay.
ping me.
Durgadas.com.
Durgadas at what?
Mac.com.
Okay, great. Sent.
Perfect. The next thing on the agenda that I want to discuss is I was curious. This is an open call for anyone. No one has to be part of it. But I don't do holidays. And Tamara was commenting with me that she was probably not having many holiday celebrations either. So I will probably do during this holidays time a few work sessions to advance some things regarding the onboarding working group. I just wanted to be curious who was available during that time, or someone. I just wanted to know what were your plans. It's a little bit of exercise slash curiosity who is available too. So I will pass on. So if you feel free to comment what are your holidays plan, if you're free to work or free to just have a talk 30 minutes. Yes, Tamara.
Can I just comment too? Because as Eduardo and I were speaking earlier today, I was saying that we all have different circumstances, and some of us are living in countries that aren't our home countries, and we don't have family close, and we won't be spending these holidays, within the warm bosom of our family with fireplaces and snow outside and all of that. And in many ways, this community has become our family. So I'm very keen to continue, whatever. I don't actually have in mind some set workload to do, but rather like there'll be things that we can collaborate on together over this period. And I, for one, would like to throw my name in the hat to say like I'm interested in continuing collaborating over this period of time. I happen to, like, my personal circumstance is that my children will be with their father, so I actually have more free time than I normally have. So I have more. So it's a good time for me. With saying that, I also want to be super cognizant that there are a lot of us as well who will be spending time really with their family and decompressing and enjoying this holiday period, which is super festive. So it's really just like I'd love to identify other people that want to collaborate on things during that sort of down period and see what we can collaborate on together. That's all. I'll pass it back to you, Eduardo.
Yes. So we will go one by one. So Septimus, what are you gonna do for holidays?
Thank you. I was talking with Sam. We were working on like a mini project for the tech, like make a video, like he did a call on the gardens, autonomous and dragons, and maybe we do a short video in English because that was in Spanish, and I think that can be fun. But yeah, since I will be moving to back to my village, I won't have like a lot of time. So for me, it works fantastic that when we stop a bit, so I can organize everything on my side, and then we come back full energy. And I'll pass it to Livy.
Thanks, App. I will be with a lot going on here with family, and I think sometime between Christmas and New Year's I'll be going to Brazil too. So it will be good for me to have some time off, but I'll be like looking into everything that's happening, and if there is something urgent, I'll be around. And I pass to Santi.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna be in between both of you guys, the ones that are going to be free, because I will have some free time, and I will be also, although we will have lockdowns here, I will be also with the closest family, trying to relax a little bit. Not that I'm going to be having any celebrations with the family, but I want to try to relax a little bit. But that's a few days, so any work that I can do beyond those few days of relax, I'm fine. And I can.
What about you, Griff?
Yeah, I'm by myself in Ecuador. I do have a community here, so I spend like Christmas with, like, there'll probably be a party or something I'll go to, and I'll probably spend that day just calling all my friends and family that have been forgotten in my crypto journey. But after that, yeah, I'm just hanging out. I was planning on working on other projects because I thought this might pause a little bit, but oh man, I really want to get the onboarding hatchers stuff going, and hope to bring a lot of energy to it. So, but I really do encourage all people pushing for so long, take a break and enjoy. You know, it's a great time where things will be. I'll pass it to Tonga.
Yeah, I am. I don't go on holiday. I don't care. I don't even get together with my family. I don't like Christmas and that stuff. So yeah, I'll be here. I'll be working on this project and other projects maybe. If anyone wants to work, just let me know. I'll be here. Who is left? Alex K. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'll be around as well, working mostly.
Perfect. Jessica, what about you? I don't know if you have been.
I think I've been pretty vocal about I'm taking time off. But yeah, I guess for me, we can discuss in stewards. Like, are we gonna have a meeting on 31st or not? Or maybe whoever wants to meet on the Thursdays can meet. But I'd say yeah, I think the 23rd will be my last day, and then I'm out. I haven't decided for how long, at least a week, but maybe 10 days or something. Obviously, if there's something important, I'm happy to jump in and help. And I'm also available to lead Christmas Carol singing sessions. If anybody wants that for a meeting, I'm happy to jump on for that. But yeah, I'm going to be decompressing and cozying and hibernating. I'll pass to, I don't think we heard from Durgadas.
Yeah, I'm still here in the house. You know, I have a lot of projects going on. I need to finish my yoga center website and all the back end stuff on that during my 2.5 week break, which my 52nd birthday is tomorrow. So that's when my break starts. So so that's good for me. And now I'm really just waiting for Christmas to come via Amazon packages.
Perfect. I think we have all talked. The ones that live in Barcelona, like Septimus or Santi, I have a full office empty for holidays. So if you need a place, we even have 2 rooms. So if you need a place to crash or you want to come here to work, you're more than welcome to come. We're open daily 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So that offer is there for you. The rest of you who are not in Barcelona.
I'm gonna come for work, or I'm gonna come for a beer.
Do you have Cockatiel there?
Say what?
I said I don't know if I'm gonna come for work or I'm gonna come for a beer there.
That works too. So I don't. Yes, we need to talk about the guest blog Jessica mentioned. That's the last item on the agenda, Jessica. I don't know if you already said it.
Yeah, I don't want to take up too much time. It's just a quick thing that I had an idea for. I didn't want to just unilaterally do it, but I thought one way that we can engage, and I know, Livia, we've discussed a lot about wanting to showcase the projects in our community, but I don't really have time to like go and interview them and everything. So I thought we could open up the TEC Medium publication to guest blogs. And of course, there would be a bit of a process where, you know, we can review and maybe we have a format or something. But I thought this would be a great way to not only like increase our content, but also to like give something, like give a platform to our community members and the project submitting proposals. They could write a little blog about their project. We could also have some thought leaders like Lisa Tan has just written a new book all about token engineering and DeFi. We could offer her like a guest blog spot because this is like, we need to have, I think, like we have a lot of stuff about, oh, look at us, the TEC, it's all about us. But I really would love to make this like an open forum for maybe students from the TE Academy can write a blog about a topic, and we could have some more like thought leadership and actual token engineering content going on that I would love to write, but I don't really, you know, it'd be great. So what do you guys, I just wanted to kind of get a thumbs up from people before I blast that out. And I thought we could also use this with the proposals process to offer another like another value add of, you know, you can present to our community, you could have a guest blog, and then also we can increase the good quality content on our medium publication. What do you guys think?
I think that's a really cool idea, and it would be awesome if it was like, if you submit a proposal, then you have the space, and then it incentivizes people to submit proposals. And then it's a combo of like, once you submit a proposal, we are backing you into like showing yourself to the world, both in our Thursday call in the TE Spotlight and on the Medium.
Absolutely. I like that extra bonus.
I have a question about that. Following on from that, it seems to me that what communities educate is what they basically prioritize, and so I do wonder if there has the possibility for people who do have proposals that are successful or whatever, where they could sort of present it not only in the forum but also just to kind of educate people about how to be involved in that. Through some mechanism. So either by sort of showing them, what I'm thinking of here is a practice group. So like, for example, I was proposing to Juan that we, if we're going to do gravity, we should probably have practice groups to sort of practice the skills involved with that sort of thing. And so I just wonder if that makes sense in terms of projects as well.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think education, we could kind of do, I was thinking like subcategories, like project profiles, you know, and then like an education section with like general TE topics or what you're suggesting, Durgadas, and then maybe we could have another section of like, whatever, guest authors maybe who are putting out books related to token engineering. Like Sherman also would be a fantastic guest blogger for us. She has a really cool project too. I just found out about called Token Kitchen. It's really cute. So yeah, I think that's a great idea, Durgadas. Any other thoughts? So we can move to the Zenhub. If everybody's approving, then I'll put out like a little advertisement and start pushing that. And we can also discuss it with the groups that we're onboarding proposals with.
No, I think it's all good. I think that's pretty much the topics for this meeting. I don't know, is there something else missing out? Tam or Jessica?
Jess, we went through Zenhub a little earlier. Should we go through it again? Is there something that we missed when we went through it?
Sorry, I just think my internet's also cutting out a little bit. So yeah, no, I think it's fine. I think if everything's reflected, it seems. So I'll just rack my brain in case we're missing anything, but I guess it's all there. Is anything else?
Just some quick thoughts on when we're going to deploy the hatch, we get to pick how long the hatch time. Should we go for a longer hatch time so that we can some hatchers? Like, when's a good date to end? Any thoughts?
At least I didn't hear the whole question. There was
Me
some
neither.
I'm sorry. I'm the test hatch. We can pick a date for the test hatch to end, and then, from the date that it's launched to the date that it ends, people can participate in the hatch. Do you guys have any suggestions on the best day that it should end at? Could you hear me?
I think it should at least start after, like you say, like maybe you have ready this weekend, but I think it's good to have it like after the holidays, because during the holidays maybe like people is not that active. But that's are my thoughts.
Maybe just whatever day it launches, we say it ends on 6th or 7th.
I think it's a little bit more organic than that. I will say that it depends. It depends on the response on the first days. Like, I will put a date after that. But I don't since I have no experience with previous budget, I have no clue about it.
Sadly, that's not it. We can't pick the end date. We have to know the end date before we start.
Oh, and how long for this? Like, usually how long it lasts?
Up to us. We can pick. So it's like Jess was suggesting in the previous call that we have a 2-week hatch time. That was like just off the top of her head. Of course, we can think about it. But for that's for the real hatch. For the test hatch, we could make it 1 day. We could make it a month. But it's up to us. It's up to actually the technocracy. So
yeah, I will say that at least 2 to 3 days for me, minimum. Because of time zones difference, because of different factors, I will need at least 2 or 3 days to, if I want to onboard someone or to show them that, I will need time to at least get that person, explain it through, and so on. So I would say minimum 2 to 3 days.
I guess
it's minimum a week for sure. Sorry, Tam.
No, it's okay. I guess I was wondering if we're thinking that it might we might hatch next week. Is that Is that what we're thinking? Yeah, I would.
Should have
I
hatched
would.
a week ago. Could happen
Yeah.
any day.
I would definitely agree with in that case, only because of the timing and in the context of the holidays. We should have to go at least through the first week of January, a full week in January. So whatever that means, if it means at least 2 weeks or 23 days or 25 days or something, just because I think I think a lot of people worldwide will not be very focused or will be able to spend time playing around in the test and in the hatch. Wait, can I just make sure I understand? So does it mean if the hatch phase, will that impact people using the test platform?
Yeah, it will.
And then when it ends, it stops.
So the people, when it ends, then people can vote to upgrade to the bond.
Oh, I see.
So, and it's only the people who participate in the hatch that get to. Well, that plus all the impact hours.
Oh, I see. So then there'll be so that's just the period that's available for people to essentially transfer their XDAI and then get TEC test tokens, and then the next phase will be for them to vote on the bonding curve and conviction voting.
Yeah.
I would probably still go with a longer time frame, just in respect of the holiday season. So maybe into the middle or the end of the first week of January.
Does anyone has more feedback regarding the test hatch?
I think I'm still a bit confused about what the test hatch will do exactly. Like, it's gonna be just like the hatch, but for people to play around? Or is there anything
It's
else?
going to be, honestly, it could be the hatch if we want. This is like what most people launch with. I'm not even joking. Most people in the DeFi world right now, they launch with what SEM is going to put out. SEM's going to pick all the parameters. It's going to be the whole kit and caboodle. Will have impact hours, but SEM will have picked all the parameters. And the front ends might not be as good as we would want them, but it'll be the whole process, launching in 2 parts. There'll be a test. There'll be a hatch period that people can submit DAI to, and it's going to be real money, but it's going to be like just a couple dollars. And then so people with C-Stack tokens will be the only ones who can participate, and they will be able to then send. I think we're picking 200. If they have 200 C-Stack, they can send 1 wrapped X DAI to this contract, which is worth real money. And then that will be put into the hatch. And then at the end of the period, the Dandelion DAO will be able to vote to upgrade to a bonding curve and conviction voting. And then we'll have bonding curve and conviction voting with real money in it. And we'll be able to vote on.
So is it right to say that one of the strategies of doing that is to create like a FOMO for the real hatch? So
I wouldn't say a FOMO. I would say more like a learning experience, so people know what we're going to do. It's like an educational thing, and then they can feel like, oh, I get this. Now I can be informed about choosing the prime.
But what about like people that don't have C-Stack and then they see, I guess my question is, do we want this communication that we're going to have now reaching even people that don't have C-Stack? So they would have a time frame to get C-Stack if they want to participate in the real hatch? Yeah.
I mean, we could definitely do that. I mean, it's scary to promote it too hard because it might be buggy. So we don't, who knows these things? But we could definitely do that. I think we will end up with 1 more test hatches, but hopefully we will be launching the membership application during this, if we at the very beginning of the year, so people can formally become members of the Swiss Association. So this would be another bonus for sure, participating in the test launch of the TEC.
This is coming up. I would really, really, really love, and I was going to bring it up in Stewards, and I didn't really know where and when to bring it up, but I think I was talking to Olivia, we were talking about it yesterday. I think there's a lot of, at least an hour of discussion, or I don't know, some time that we need to really have about this whole membership thing. I don't feel comfortable going forward with it immediately in January. I really want to have some deeper discussions because it's so important for the narrative and perception about the ties between Common Stack and TEC. So right now, if there were a vote, I would block going for it first thing in January. And I really want to dedicate time, whether it's in maybe the Stewards working group, the comms working group, and looking at there's kind of a bit of a bottleneck with the trusted seed process. And also, as the discussions kind of come up on the Common Stack side, I just think we really need to think about this because for the narrative and how we put this out to the community, because I think it could be potentially not the best. I'm struggling to want to tell this story the way it is now. So I don't know, where do you think we should do that in comms because it's kind of a narrative thing, or we could also discuss a bit in a few places? I guess I'm just wondering where and when can we have this dialogue, and I would like to have a week or two to prepare before we are going to announce these things publicly.
I agree on Jessica with the preparation part. I think it's something that should not be taken lightly.
Like the test hatch is fine. We can go ahead with the tech testing. That's not like an issue for me, but making a decision or announcement surrounding the membership and like how the CStack token will come into play. I feel like it's something we haven't, not that we haven't wanted to talk about, but we've been like, oh yeah, we'll talk about it when we get there, and now it's here. And I know you just kind of were figuring out in this sprint, but I think we need a little space to like flesh that out. So I'm happy to dedicate the comms call next week.
These discussions
maybe.
they've been happening in legal for now, and so, but yeah, it is time that we have a good discussion about it. However, everything has been basically settled with the legal stuff, so it's going to be hard to change as well, because then that would cause huge delays if we have to rethink our legal strategy about like protecting every person who built the thing by joining the Swiss Association. Like, it's a pretty big bonus. So it'll be tough to change, but we should definitely discuss it.
Yeah, just for context for people who may or may not like see what we're talking about, it's basically the ties between the CStack token and Common Stack and the TEC, and just yeah, this is like going to be a whole discussion because yeah, legally it makes total sense, but from a narratives perspective, to say like the TEC is an open governance, open community, but you have to pay to do this, like the legal thing is clear, but there's still, I think, going to be some perception issues in that narrative that it's really, to me, the number one most important thing that the larger TE community like has buy-in in is gonna understand the need for that. So yeah, I think I'll dedicate the comms meeting next week to some discussion because it is concerning narrative, and I don't know, Olivia or Eduardo, if you guys had any other thoughts on.
Yeah, I suggest we talk about it in comms and use that opportunity to reopen the Miro, because we did start this exercise to build the narrative for the hatch, and this is the narrative of the hatch. So I think we already have actually a lot of insights in there, and that now that we have more information and now that legal is in a more like structured place, we can start shaping it and getting the inputs from people that have also been participating in that already. So we could even dedicate like a whole meeting for it. I think it would be helpful.
Thanks. Yeah, this has been a huge blocker for me. Like this has been the main blocker, and now it's kind of getting unblocked, but it needs some care because it just, yeah, to say like you have to pay money to the Common Stack to join TEC. If you just hear that, it sounds like what? But when you understand,
I really hope we never say that. That would be really like crazy to say. What instead is, hey, we're taking a very legal protective approach, and you have to join the Common Stack Swiss Association to participate, and that will protect you legally from any kind of issues that you might. Well, that will help protect you legally from any kind of issues, instead of joining a general partnership DAO like everyone else has ever done before. That's if you want to twist the narrative to be like, oh, hey, you have to help pay the Common Stack salaries, like because everyone gets paid 19 DAI an hour, it's a money grab. Well, then that's like, that would be crazy. But we could even do that, and I think we would still succeed because I don't think anyone would say, oh my God, they're blowing the cash. However, we can't be afraid to ask for money, and if we're afraid to ask for money, then we will not succeed. So we have to be okay asking for money. That's the game we're.
Yeah, it's basically
I don't want to
like.
mince words there.
Yeah, I know we're at the top of the hour, so yeah, I will dedicate the comms meeting and advertise that this will be the discussion there, because yeah, there's a lot to talk about, and it's basically like taking the legal burden, and also it's like trusted seed as a service almost. It's like the curation and all the energy and time that went into like this whole process. So yeah, next if you guys are really interested in this discussion, next Tuesday, 9 a.m. PST for comms, 12 p.m. EST.
Perfect. As you hear in the background, there is some concert starting here, so I will need to leave the call now. So we will follow up this. And nothing, we will have this working session on Friday with Jessica and Livy. If anyone else wants to join besides Jugaras, it's more than welcome. And I hope to see you soon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today.